Why souls in this realm are so hard to awaken. I am sure somehow you have heard of a healing journey. In such a journey, our whole being is supposed to experience a deep transformation that will lead us to a life of profound joy and peace, a life of abundance. Is this really possible? I will be very real to you. Even after I have raised my energy, because I am also having my own human experience, I have had countless times wherein I felt like giving up on the goodness of mankind. I have been forsaken, cheated on, betrayed, mentally tortured, pressed down, trampled on, and crucified with words piercing my soul, that I ask Yeshua, Lord, why not just give up on these souls? They are so cruel and stubborn. I doubt they can ever change. But his reply to me humbled me. He said, the heavens can never forsake the souls in this realm. Each and every soul is important. We are all connected. Helpers are always among us to help awaken the collective. The heavens will not come to our aid if this work is not doable. With the light of our source, all things are made possible. It created the whole universe, did it not? If it happened to me, it can happen to anybody. But ancient records really show there have been many times that the heavens tried to awaken mankind. There is the story of Moses, of Noah, of Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah, of John the Baptist, of Yeshua himself. All tell of how mankind was being made aware of their dark ways and that they have to awaken to their true being to be removed from suffering. But we are so stubborn that only very few are able to reach enlightenment, experience an abundant physical life, and ascend. Why is it that souls are so hard to awaken? Well, first, we are not aware that we need to awaken. We were taught that only the mind and body mature. We do not know that our soul needs to evolve as well. That as we start the physical journey, lowering our frequency, forgetting what we are to raise our energy to remember our true being. We are also not aware that as the flesh goes back to its origin, to dust, our soul is also to go back to its origin, the higher realm. We were also taught that when the body dies, the soul will immediately rise up to heaven or go down to hell. We were not taught that if we worked on our mind and body to keep them sound and healthy, there is also work to be done for the soul. That for us to ascend, we must be purified. We must leave behind our attachments to the physical experience. We cannot bring any baggage with us. Second, our life is already burdened with many responsibilities for the needs of the flesh. To think about what the soul needs seems to be just adding more burden to our mind. We are more focused on the body because it is what we see and feel. The soul, which is an invisible force is taken for granted. Third, we want instant remedies. I understand this. Of course, we need to eat now, pay bills and taxes. To live in this realm, we have made it that we need to pay. And so the tendency is to be impatient with what the heavenly realm will provide. We act first before we ask the heavens. We depend on ourselves, not on the source. We only remember to call on our source when our efforts fall short. I am not saying we are not to act or move, but we will see that once our energy is healed, the source is always 5 steps ahead of us. It knows what we need even before we worry about them and will provide the same. But you may ask, if the source knows what we need, why not just give them to us even if we are still unhealed? The source knows that what is more important is the state of our soul. The body is just a temporary physical form. If we will always get what we want for our flesh, we will not really consider what our soul needs. Fourth, we want to go with the flow of this realm and not be left behind with the trends. We do not wish to be out of place. We want to be in with the crowd, to feel we belong. But truly, I say to you, we will never belong because we are not of this world. We are merely visiting to experience this place. Fifth, others think they do not need a change in their lives. They believe their lives are already perfect, especially those who have a lot in the material. But the fact that we are accumulating a lot, more than what we need, is proof that we could not find contentment, that there is no peace in our mind, that we think the material can make up for the lack in joy and peace. But the deeper we are in the material, the farther we are in the spiritual. The more the mind does not stop overthinking. Sixth, our minds have been programmed to accept that this is all there is to this world, that suffering is just natural. We are taught to just deal with it, when the truth is, we should be questioning the state and ways of this realm, and the suffering is supposed to push us to seek answers, to awaken to the ways of the higher realm. Logically, if the source is an energy that creates, can it even conceive of an idea to make a place for suffering, a place of destruction? Let's be true to ourselves. Nothing is working for us to be removed from the suffering in the mind. Rich or poor, young and old, educated or not, all are suffering, and Even this realm cannot provide ways on how to deal with it. Lastly, we really believe that this is our reality. We believe we are humans and this is our life here on earth. We could not understand that this is just an illusion, a temporary physical state of our non-physical soul. We find it hard to understand that the material is not real for the spiritual because our senses feed us the opposite idea. We see, feel, smell, hear, therefore it is real. That's what the senses tell us. But think about it. If this is real, why is it that nothing lasts forever? All will vanish. Even memories of us will be forgotten. Not even the greatest achievements of all the famous people will be here eternally. Everything will soon be replaced with another thing. This realm is just our soul dreaming. The good thing about it, if we feel our dream is so disturbing, we can choose to wake up from it and be removed from suffering. We may feel scared of the ways of the higher realm because we are always fearful of the unknown. We tend to trust or believe only what we can see. But think about it again. Is there anything scarier than the cruelty in this realm? We have been living in fear for so long that it is high time we ride on the energy of love of our source. The heavenly beings are always working for us behind the scenes. That is why we have reached this far even though we are exhausted already. We just have to accept that we are here with energies not in physical form, and they are assisting us because we are all connected. We are not separate from them. In this healing journey, we will allow the energy of love to carry us over to the other end, where we reach the level of enlightenment. For our health to be renewed, our relationships to be redeemed, and our wealth to be restored. To experience heaven on earth and finally ascend. Love, light, peace.